started with the opening statement from Coach and then open it up for questions.
Yeah, I mean, what a great night. It's going to be a night for memories. I'll remember this win just because of all the things that went into it. And it was hard fought. Both teams extremely competitive. I mean, they fought every inch, and we went into the game saying, like, no lead safe. And it's going to be all the way to the end of 40 minutes. And we had spurts in the first half. We played really good. But, it's almost expected they're going to come back and find a rhythm. And then we had a response, too. And you kind of see what happened tonight. We had to go crazy deep into our bench, and unexpectedly I had a bunch of guys, 4 fouls and different lineups, and the guys who came in made plays. We had a sequence there in the second half where Mike James made a huge three, and Tyler Harris, he had an off night, but he made a big one. And then the last thing is, Tyler Tanner was terrific. It was hard when he was in foul trouble in the first half, and I think we might have finished the first half better if we had him on the court. But when he was on the court, he was special.
Yeah, Mark, what does it mean to see Tyler Tanner kind of take over a game like that?
There's just so much growth in him. And I keep telling y'all this, and now he's going to keep passing expectations. I keep telling y'all he can keep getting better because the way he is, he's every day. He's humble. He's the right type of person, represents everything the right way. But he's also got this inner competitiveness and inner belief that he won't be outward in it, but he believes in himself, and I think his confidence was shared to that bench group that was in the game. They looked around and said, we had Tyler Tanner, and he'll make some plays for us, and he did with assists, and they just finished it off.
Tyler said that the team had a chip on their shoulder coming into the game. There's been a lot of talk about the schedule. People like to talk about schedules this time of year. But what kind of motivation do you think you guys had coming in?
I mean, there's always going to be something said, and they'll be saying something after this one. We're in the SEC. Right now, it's the number 1 ranked conference in the country. I do know this. The SEC told me before the league started that we had the toughest conference schedule of anybody in the league. So what we're going to do is try to go 1-0 in every game. Whoever comes, we're going to try to beat them. And we've done it 15 times so far.
Yeah, Coach, obviously fans chose not to storm the court. Do you feel like that's a reflection as to, how this program has evolved?
I didn't even think of that. Thank goodness. It's I do. Not that you make me reflect on that. That's a good feeling. They know that it's not an upset. We're a really good basketball team, and now while I can say it, the fans were unbelievable. I mean, what a crowd, what an atmosphere. You want to get a win for that kind of support, and then let's keep it going. Saturday, and then I think we go on the road for a little bit. But let's keep it going because this place, it's rocking. It's a special place, and they make it special. And so thanks for staying off the court, but keep coming back.
Elena, then Gentry, and Chris.
Yeah, you mentioned the foul trouble tonight. How difficult was it for you to manage your lineups with all that, and how do you feel like your team adjusted to that?
Yeah, extremely difficult. We weren't healthy coming into the game to begin with. Devin had the flu a couple days ago, and just amazing his effort and how hard he can play. And so AK was cramping up and then rolled his ankle, and a lot of different things were going on. But the guys wanted to win. Different guys stepped up. To be able to beat a team like that, you're going to have to overcome a lot. And our guys did it, and that's why they got the win.
Yeah, Mark, kind of go back to the scheduling stuff. I mean, do you think even as well as y'all played this year that there was a perception that people were kind of looking and saying, let's see what happens when they play this one?
I mean, they are going to say something. And, so here's what we can do is if we can control what we control. We're playing the games on our schedule, and our guys done a good job of staying focused. I know quad 1 wins are important. I think we got a good amount of them already. I don't know the exact number, but I think it looks pretty good. And also, I'll say this, not many Power 5 teams, we might be the only one in the country that goes on 3 road games, true road games, not a neutral site, not getting paid money to go play in a neutral site. We went in someone else's place on a non-conference schedule and did that. So as we keep shining the light on our program, I think we'll have more and more scheduling opportunities. But we took the games we could get, went on the road, and we did well with them.
Chris, I think Alabama hit 22 threes 2 games ago, 15 last game. You hold them to 9 of 40 tonight. How pleased were you with your
The first 10, 12 minutes, our defense was phenomenal. And then we wore down. And we got tired, and they started driving the ball. And then the game got kind of hard. If you drove the ball, you're going to get rewarded with the foul. And so we had to adjust to that. And then we wanted to change our strategy, to make sure that we were not just going to take like pull-ups and mid-range shots, that we had to put pressure on the rim. So it was a challenge. I thought for a while there our defense was as good as it's been. And that's one of the hardest, probably if not the hardest team to stop in the country. And the way we started the game was tremendous on D.
I wanted to ask about when LeBaron Ballon went out with 16 minutes to go. How does that change the game plan defensively? And how much, I don't want to say easier are they to defend without him in there, but how big of a hit is it when he's not in that lineup?
He's a terrific player. And there's so much pressure he puts on the defense. He makes plays for himself and others around him. Obviously, he was a focal point of our game plan. And, I think they had other guys that were making plays and obviously a talented roster. But he's one of the best players in the country, and I'm sure they wish they had him.
Graham and Billy.
Yeah, Coach Tyler Tanner talked about how you kept drawing up plays for him there in the second half. Just can you go into that, just the types of plays and the types of actions that you felt worked successfully?
Yeah, I'm smiling because I thought I did some good things for Tyler Tanner, and I was drawing up another one. He said no. He went ahead and vetoed it, and I love that. He's the one playing. He's seeing the court, and sometimes I see things. But it was a time in the second half I didn't want anybody else to touch the ball but him, and I thought he needed to make a play for himself or somebody else around him. And I'm not saying I'm a smart coach, but I'm smart enough to give him the ball.
Billy, and then we'll finish up.
How does having a player-led team, you talk about that a lot, help in a game like this, especially one that's tight late?
We needed everything in this game. It was a tremendous fight by both teams. And so, I keep mentioning this, Tyler Nichols' leadership is great. If you could, I wish he'd be Mike sometimes. You hear what comes out of his mouth, and it is unbelievable, positive, constructive. He's turned into a great leader. And then we have other guys that will step up as well. But we've been that way, and it was great to have Duke Miles back. I don't know where we would have been without him tonight. He looked like he was back to his old self, and I really wish he didn't foul out, like him to finish the game. But he's another guy that has great leadership qualities.
Last question, Aria.
Tyler Tanner mentioned how much more his confidence has grown since last season. How have you seen his confidence grow, and what do you think has been the key to him having that kind of mental boost?
Well, a lot of it's being put into situations. And so the first thing you got to do is you got to believe in yourself, but you got to put the work in. And he puts the work in. He's so consistent in his life. Every single day. You don't ever have to worry about him not being humble and not being driven to work. He's special. And he's unique. When a lot of people say, look at me, he's shining a light on his teammate, but it was hard not to get the light on him tonight. He just keeps growing. And, I'm learning how to kind of put him in some better situations. He's learning on the court. But I think one of the biggest things is, he knows we need him. And he loves that. He loves having it on his shoulders to be able to make the plays.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Coach.